So welcome everyone, it's Angus Levy here for Winner's Circle and Lion's Den, and it is just 3 minutes past 6 on the 26th of January. Now, my plan was to trade with all of you, but because of poor payouts, we're not going to. And the reason I will show you in a few minutes is because if you are trading my system, which involves a thing called martingaling. Now, I know martingaling is something that a lot of people don't like because it's considered, you know, well, it's linked to, say, Las Vegas and gambling and all of that sort of stuff. Yeah, you know, there is a point that by martingaling, you are increasing your risk. And sometimes it will catch you out. It did me last Wednesday. If anyone was on the session last Wednesday, it caught me out. But then Thursday, we had 6 first-time entry winners. So, you know, that's the way it goes. Swings and roundabouts. I have no problem giving back a little bit to the market as long as consistently I am making money. And that's exactly what I do. In fact, I was just doing the figures with my team earlier on, and since March 25th of 2019, we have consistently been making 8.4% a day trading binaries.
You finish it?
So
Sister has to check it.
Just going to mute Haresh. So that, you know, it does work. So you need 3 things, guys. I'm going to stop sharing just for the moment so you can see my beautiful face again. You need 3 things in order to be successful, okay, with trading binaries. And that is, Phil, I'm just going to make you, pardon me for breaking now for a second, guys. Phil, I'm going to make you co-host so you can also admit people as well. And the 3 things you're going to need to be successful in trading binaries. And it's not the same as Forex. You need a good broker, okay? You need a good broker, one who is reliable and does pay out. Now, binary options has a very bad reputation generally in the trading world. And a lot of it is justified because up to a couple of years ago, there was a lot of scammy brokers out there who were manipulating the market, who were taking people's money, refusing to pay out, all of that sort of thing. I spent a long time looking for them. And eventually a lot of governments actually got fed up with it. And they actually banned brokers from within their markets. So, for example, the European Union banned binary option brokers and many others. So what happened is a lot of the, I'm just going to take this off because it's quite warm. A lot of the brokers ended up having to move offshore. Now, one I've been working with for the last over 2 years now is Binary Cent. And I'm going to give you in a few minutes a sheet basically that I have, which will help walk you through setting up with binary options. Now, I'm giving you 4 or 5 different brokers that you can choose from. So you don't have to choose the one I give you. The only benefit with obviously using Binary Cent rather than any of the others is that I use them, and that when you're trading with me, you will have the hopefully the same pairs. So you need the reliable broker. That's number 1. The second thing you need is a system or a strategy. And my strategy is again very simple. I am easily bored. I would be quite honest with you and tell you that Forex trading traditionally bores the hell out of me. I cannot stay watching the 4-hour chart, waiting for it to hit its mark. Okay, I cannot do it. Even the 1 hour, oh, no way. So for several years, I've been sort of developing my chart system, and I'm going to share my screen again and show it to you. And basically, what I discovered really was when I looked at all my indicators and everything else that I use, that they are just as accurate on the 1 minute as they are on the 5, 15, 30, 1 hour, 4 hour, daily, monthly, whatever. So I said, okay, why trade 1 hour trades when I can trade 1 minute trades? And many of them within the space of an hour or half an hour or whatever. However, indicators are not always accurate, okay? We know that from Forex trading. How many times have we been given a signal and it doesn't work, okay? Whoever was giving the signal was using all of their best knowledge, using support and resistances, using, MACDs or whatever else they use. But the market has a mind of its own and it decided to do its own thing. So they take a loss and then they re-enter maybe at another position and hopefully they win. But maybe they lose again. The market has a mind of its own, and whatever you and I try to do is not going to change that. No matter how much we scream or shout at it, it's not going to change. So I said, okay, what do I need to do in order to recover my losses? So, I'd heard of martingale, and I thought, well, why not take a look at it from a mathematical point of view? So I then came up with this little spreadsheet here. And again, if you stick to the end, guys, I will be sharing all of this with you. But you need to stick to the end. No taking it and running off. And basically, I designed this little spreadsheet. And what I worked out was, if you trade 1% of your account, in other words, if you have in this case, a $1,000 account, you're going to trade $10, okay? Now, you look at the return rate, the profit per trade that the broker is giving you, and you can work out mathematically what your martingale or your second or third, etc., entry has to be in order to recover the previous entry's loss, in this case $10, plus keep your profit, okay? And as your account grows, so maybe day 2, let's say you have an excellent day and you make 20%, so day 2 you'll be on $12. I actually, when it goes up $100, I just keep on moving this figure. So day 2, instead of $8, you're going to be making $9.60 per winning trade, okay? Now, I cheat a little bit in the sense that I leave this at 80%, and that is my minimum trade size or return that I'm willing to trade at, okay? Because based on, again, let me go back to $10 just to make it easy for you to see. Based on a $10 trade, $1,000 account, I'm willing to risk up to 44% of my account to make a profit. Now, I know some of you are going, oh my God, that is awful. Now, we do take the odd 5th entry trade, okay? In fact, we've taken a few of them, a loss, I should say. We've taken a few of them this month, but we are actually averaging, and this is pretty poor, but 5.3, 5.7, I think it is, percent per day, even with taking losses like this. So in the long run, it works out. Now, so if you're trading with me, you'll use this to work out what your each entry will be after a loss. So 10, 23, 51, 114, 246, okay? And then as your account grows, so will your initial trade amount. Keep it at 1%. Now you can do 0.5% too. It just means you're going to grow at half the speed that you would using 1%. I know some people prefer to do that. That's fine, as long as you understand that you're actually not going to grow any faster. Okay, it may give you comfort, and that's fine. This is the money management side of how we trade. Then the third thing is your charts system, okay? And you are in real luck because you have 6 years of my experience and benefit in trading. Does somebody want to just refresh to see if we've got any trades we can take?
I just refreshed. We're still
okay. We're still on
CAD at 78.
All right, thanks. So
yeah, I just traded Vite Forex, GCAD, and AUD/USD. I got 85 and 79%. Just won 2 trades with that.
Excellent. Okay. So guys, what I developed was this. And I know for many of you, you're probably looking at this and going, "Oh, my eyes hurt. Please, my eyes hurt. How am I going to follow this?" And what I'm going to do with you now is actually give you 6 years of work, basically, of experience. I'm going to break it down for you so that you can understand each and every bit of what I do, okay? The first thing we do is we normally start off with is the candle chart here. So I'm just going to actually open a new chart. We'll just pick Euro USD, okay? That is what happens when you choose a new chart, okay? You just see this. And what you can do, I just have to remember how to do it, to be quite honest. It's so long since I've done it. Candlesticks, okay? You change it to candlesticks, and we'll just increase the size here so that you can actually see those candlesticks, okay? Now in this case, they're white and dark, okay? But often in themselves, they're not really telling you much. It's just going up and down, isn't it? Okay? You've no way of knowing, well, is Euro USD in an upward or downward market at the moment? Is price valued high or is it valued low? You've no way of telling. All you know is that for a while back here it was going up, and then it had one big candle going down a few minutes ago, and now it's going back up again. So you need some things to help you with working out your what is going on in the markets. So I'm just going to open up my navigator here. Now don't worry, it's packed. I mean, this is 6 years of different indicators that I have been testing throughout my time. So let me find, the first thing I always like to have is a clock, okay? And TWA clock, let's load that up, okay? So this clock, it doesn't like, for some reason, this clock is acting up on me. It is, oh, that's why, because it's on the hour. Okay, that's better. So what that clock does, it should be over here. I'm not sure why, probably because I just pulled it in. I haven't got it set up on my template. And normally I'd have it set up over here. And I'm not going to mess with it now, but it basically counts down the seconds, okay, for each and every trade. So if I go back to get out of there. If I go back to here, you can see this is the ideal place for it. So you can see how many seconds are left on each minute, because we only trade 1 minute with me, okay? So what else would I like to know? Maybe I'd like to know support and resistance. That's always very useful. So let's bring in support and resistance. Now again, this is blue and red dots. So red is a resistance level. Blue, I know it's a bit difficult to see there. Let me see if I can get rid of the grid here. There we go, that's better. So blue is for support and red is for resistance. So as price is moving in whichever direction, it's going to find higher highs and lower lows. And these little dots show me where the previous lows and highs were. And you know, on higher time frames, let's just switch to the hourly, for example. You know, you don't have as many, but you still have several supports and resistances. Okay, but with the 1 minute, now you switch back, it's the same sort of thing. So this is what I mean. The 1 minute is just a reflection of the hourly, and that's why I like to trade it. Now it's much faster. You don't have the leisure you have with an hourly chart, or even a half hourly chart, or 15-minute chart to take your trades. With the minute, we're talking about seconds count. In fact, it's milliseconds in some cases. So now we can see areas of support and resistance. That helps us to decide, for example, we know here is an area of resistance at the moment. So you might, when price comes up to here, you might take a put. Or when price comes down to here, you might take a call, hoping that it is in the right. But look here, look what happened here. Price came down here, found that old resistance point, okay, and then went back up. And now it's coming down as we, am I wrong? Sorry, that came down, pardon me, to the resistance point, and now it's going back up again. Now, past resistance becomes future support. Past resistance becomes future support. So in this case, this is no longer a resistance. It's now switched to a support. And you can see how beautifully, in this case, it became support, okay? Price bounced back off it. Now, it may well come back down, challenge it again. What's it doing when it's moving back upwards? It's gathering strength to come back down, and vice versa. How do we know that? Well, we know that through using a thing called, I have two things that I use, and let me just find them here. Okay, I wasn't expecting to do it today, guys. This is why I'm not maybe as set up as I would like to be. MBFX, okay. First one I like to use is the MBFX. And the MBFX is a lovely little indicator. What it does is it tells me the value of the price, tells me the value of the price. In other words, is price at this point overbought or oversold, or is it in the middle? Now, without this, you would have no idea. Absolutely no idea. Now, guys, if you want to ask questions, please feel free to unmute yourselves or pop it into the chat. And if Haresh or Phil or any of the others spot me not answering a question, bring it to my attention. So feel free, guys. There's only 40 of us here. Feel free to unmute if you need to question me. So what you will see is this line moves up and down. And what I'm looking for as we go along is where is this line relative to these two green dotted lines, the 20 and the 80 percentile? When it's ideally above the 80 percentile, I'll be looking to take a put. When it's below the 20 percentile, I'll be looking to take a call. Now let's see where this appeared. Isn't that perfect? It touched the 20 just here when price went back up. Look what happened here. It went above the 80 here, and what happened? It ran out of steam and came back down, okay? Ran out of steam and came back down all the way to here. And then what did it do? It started to build back up again, okay? Build back up strength. Now, in the meantime, it was testing, you know, previous lows maybe and support and resistances. And then eventually it came all the way up to here, up to the 80 percentile again. And what happened? Poof, down it went. But it hadn't quite lost its energy. It went back up again, came up again, poof, down it went. Attempted again to go back up, but couldn't make it. Now look what was happening with the, even though price went up, look what was happening with the NBFX. It carried on down. So price was losing its value, its strength, carried on down, attempted another recovery, came down, and then built back up again. So it was building strength somewhere and went all the way up to about 95, I would imagine that was, yeah, 94.67. And then down it went, okay, and carried on down. Didn't quite go all the way, but look what it did. It hit off the Bollingers. These are Bollinger Bands, okay? Again, a beautiful indicator. Price tends to bounce between the upper and lower Bollinger Bands. Sometimes it will bounce along the mid Bollinger Band, as you can see here. So this is something else I love to watch. You know, if we get an indicator, and I'll get to those later, and it corresponds with one of the Bollinger Bands, yeah, I'm going to take that. If it corresponds to the NBFX being above or below the 80 or 20, yeah, I'm going to take that. Now, what else do we want to know? Well, maybe we want to know what is the trend, or what direction has price been going throughout the day, okay? What has price been doing throughout the day? I really need to clean up my indicators. Okay, here we go. So I have this little indicator here, and at a glance, I can see what Euro USD has been doing. So I can see over the last little while, it's been going in an upward direction, okay? But it's been more or less going sideways on the 15 and half-hour charts. The hourly, it's also been going upwards. You can see that obviously here. In the last hour, it's been going upwards. However, in the 4-hour and the daily, it's been in a downward. So what I would say here is this is a mixed chart or a mixed trend. It's not going in any particular direction over the long term. However, in the recent past, up to the hourly, it's been going upwards. So that is what we can consider the trend. The trend is in an upwards direction. So what am I looking to do ideally? Which trades am I looking for? Puts or calls, ideally? Am I looking to take a put, which is downward, or a call upwards? Come on, guys, give me some feedback. And don't worry if you get it wrong. Okay, Phil says put, Rick says put. These guys know me. And yes and no. Yes and no. They understand what they're looking at. And yes, we will be looking for a put here, potentially because of where the NBFX is. And they would have been right. But in the long term, what I'm ideally looking for is calls, because price is trending upwards. So I am more likely to get a winner in a upward trending market with a call than I will be with a put in an upward trending market. Does that make sense? Because price is wanting to go up. Okay, what it's doing here is it's gathering strength now. It's coming down to gather strength to break through whatever that support or resistance might be there at the moment. Okay, are you happy with the NBFX, guys? Give me a yes if you understand it. And I'm really talking here to those of you who are new, those of you who are experienced. That's Sniper. Okay, thanks, Sniper. That's wonderful. Thank you. Okay, wonderful, guys. Okay, excellent. Now, I just have to be careful of time. I don't like going too far over. Now, let's look at another NBFX. And what was the other one? Oh, yeah, value. Okay, I can't find it here now. And there's the Bollinger Bands that I was talking about earlier. Just in a different color, okay? And you can see how, notice how Bollinger Bands go out, and then they go narrow again and out, okay? So when they're going narrow, price is going into a period of consolidation, or we also call it, thank you, Shalisha, also I call it constriction, where the bands are constricted, okay? Now, price does not like being in this constricted area. What does it want to do? It wants to break out. So see what happened here. It was in an area of constriction and it broke out. And I'll show you what the tool I use to warn me when price is in constriction. And I might as well, yeah, let me do that now. Just give it a sec. Okay, so when price is in constriction, I have a thing called the Bollinger Bandwidth. That is this one here, the red line, okay? And it's measuring sort of the size of the Bollinger Bands, whether they're narrow or wide. And when it's in constriction, you will see that this line is below 0.0005, okay? That tells me price is in constriction. Here, 0.0008 is when it's out of constriction. Now, usually I'm just cautious when I see price in constriction because it, as I said to you before, doesn't like it. I saw there in the previous chart. Here we go. So watch here. Price was in constriction. Didn't like being in constriction. What did it do? It broke out. Now in this case, it broke down. Okay, price dropped dramatically. And watch the red line. Look what happened over those just 3 minutes. Up price went. Look at now. It took a little longer, but also we have the value. Sorry, the NBFX came down as well. Okay, but look, it came to the very bottom here, and I actually got one of my signal indicators was blasted off. It may have been blasted off earlier because this repaints, to be quite honest, when you open the chart to the best. But it then gave a signal, and we would have taken a call and hopefully won. But I keep an eye on this now. Usually with my ISA, that's this red and the red and green arrows. I'm not really worried if it's in constriction because they are so good, these arrows, that I'm not bothered. But look here, see how tiny the actual candles are at the moment on Euro USD. They are minute. Let's just measure them. 4 pipettes, you know, 2 pipettes. That's very difficult trading when price is in constriction like this. I mean, look where the Bollinger Band constriction starts at 5. Look where it is now. It's way, 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 way down. Why? Because these are tiny little candles. Can you trade successfully on these? Yes, but the broker, you know, has the benefit of being able to, you know, price can suddenly move just 1 or 2 pipettes and you're knocked out. Now, we use a candle chart here on MT4 just to pick our winners and losers. On the broker platform, we use a tick chart. A tick chart are these lines, and it tends to be more accurate than the candle because you sometimes see it flashing, you know, up and down. It doesn't always draw it, but you can see it flashing up and down. And sometimes it can drop and then suddenly rise back up again within a second. And it may not always catch it on the candle, but you'll see it here. Or you may not even be able to see it because it's happened so fast. After a little while, you may see that the candle actually draws the wick, but not always. Okay, what else do we like to have? Okay, another thing, we have to test our or check our value, price value, are these value charts. Okay, these look like ordinary candles, similar to here. Okay, but if you look, they actually don't move in exactly the same way here as here. And here, basically, price has been going sideways for the last 7 or 8 minutes. Okay, there's been no movement. But what's been happening here? It's been going up, 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 up with the odd drop, big legs. Okay, and these legs have gone quite far down. Now, I use the value charts here to tell me what is price action trying to do? Why is price moving in the direction it is moving as we speak? Now, watch here. What price was trying to do here was go upwards, and it was meeting a resistance here. Okay, so it came up, ran out of puff, came back down. Okay, and it was building upstream to break through again. Notice how it was more closer to the overbought area, which is the 1.25 here, all along here. But then it started to come down. See, even though price was staying more or less level here at the top, the actual peaks here were going down. What that tells me is price is building up energy to try and break through this area here. And it finally did on this candle. Bang, bang, up it went. And then it came up to this area here. And for whatever reason, it broke down then again. Okay. And now since then, it's been sort of going sideways. It is accumulating orders. Price is accumulating orders. Why? Because we know that Euro USD in this case is in deep constriction. So soon we're going to see a move. Now, what way is price going to move? Is it going to move up or is it going to move down? I don't know. But what I can tell you is it's closer to the overbought area because of the MBFX and the value chart than it is to the oversold area. Also, another beautiful thing that's telling me what direction price is probably going to go is this beauty here, the holy channel. All right, see how it's bending down. So, and look, just as I said it, what happened to price? Price has gone down. Okay, broke out of that accumulation period. It's now broken out. And what did it do? It sparked off a signal. It came down here to not quite, but nearly to the lower Bollinger. Okay, did it hit any area of, no, it didn't hit any area of support or resistance, but the algorithm that I have in the ISA, that's what I call this arrow here, it sparked off a call, and look at that, beautifully, it's gone up. So that would be a nice winner, I hope. Now price can suddenly drop down again, because remember these are small enough. Let's see, how big was this? 14 pipettes, not huge. Price can easily jump 10 to 14 pipettes in a second. Okay, so the Holy Channel is basically a non-linear channel. Price loves to bounce between points. You know, the Holy Channel is constantly plotting where price is moving between the highs and the lows. Okay, and it's working out, well, am I getting higher highs or am I getting lower lows? What direction is price going? What is the strength of price at the moment? What way is price potentially going to move over the next period? And it draws this beautiful arch to show me what way price is potentially going to move. Anthony, I'll come to that later. Okay, we also have the SHI, which is a linear channel as well. So again, it plots the highs, see the high, high. So it draws a line there. And it also looks for the lows here and here. And it's constantly redrawing, okay? So what it's telling me for the last hour or so, price has been in an upward direction, okay? See the arrow there? And it's just been bouncing off this area, okay? All along. You'll notice that price likes to bounce off the SHI2, and it'll constantly test the SHI line. Now it's just broken through, okay? As we speak, it's just broken through. So in the next little while, you'll see this redraw, okay, for a new lower point here. So I use the SHI and the Holy Channel to again pick my position. Guys, can you give me 2 seconds, please? Sorry.
One, two. Okay, he's late. Phil, Curtis, I got a question.
Apologies about that, guys. That was just the vet calling, and I had to pass it to my wife. So, okay. What was I talking about before I interrupted? Okay, so we get an idea of the direction here, but we're also getting an idea that price is starting to break down to the downward direction as well. So again, you know, even though I might get an upward signal, when I see this curve coming down, I might say, I'm not sure if I want to take it just yet. Maybe, you know, price isn't actually oversold. So it might be looking to come down further. Now, in this case, it didn't. Okay, it's still wanting to test these highs, but it's something again that I'm cognizant of, that I'm paying attention to. So here we have, look, we have the NBFX is only halfway, and look where price is. It's already up here, and look where it was before the NBFX when it was at the same price. It was way up here. Okay, so it has on the NBFX it was way up here, but it's now down here. So potentially, price could still say, no, I'm going to go up higher. I want to attack this 100. So let's just watch and see what happens in the next minute. Yeah, you see, even though it's given me a sign that price is approaching or ready to turn, It's not quite ready. So in this case, what I'd be saying is, okay, I'm going to probably take my entry point if it hits the 100. Now, at the moment, it's bouncing off the upper Bollinger Band. So usually what I'm doing is I'm looking at my chart here, price here, and I might say, okay, I have again, through experience, I would have a mental picture of where price may top out. And I'd say here, I'd be looking for, okay, see it's going sideways all of this period. Right, let's take an entry here because I think price is going to go down. Boof, down it goes. Look at that, beautifully. Again, the ISA showing us what a wonderful indicator it is. Lovely winner. And look how it bounced back up again very quickly. Okay. What other indicators do we have? I think, oh yeah, the Fibonacci. Have you guys been studying Fibonacci? I think it's in the back office as well. They've been doing quite a bit on that. Fibonacci was a mathematician from the 1500s. Wonderful guy. No, I don't know him personally, but what I mean by that is he looked at nature and he saw in nature a very simple mathematical formula that nature loves to follow. And if you look at the rose petals or petals of any flower, if you look at a shell, split it in half, it has a mathematical pattern within it. And it basically goes 0, 23.6, 38.2, 50, 61.8, 100, 161.8, 258, I think it is, etc., etc., etc. And some bright spark about 20, 25 years ago said, I wonder, would Fibonacci's formula work with trading? So he got somebody to design something similar to this. And what they do is they draw the Fibonacci from the high to the low. Okay, there's the high and there's the low. See that red dotted line? So that's where this Fibonacci is drawn at the moment. Now I've got what's called an auto Fibo, so it will constantly redraw as well. And those of you who are observant noticed that the SHI just redrew a little while ago to this low point here. So I love Fibonacci's because price loves to bounce off the various Fibonacci's. Now the major ones are 0, 38.2, 61, 100, etc. Okay, 23.6 and the 50 are not what I would consider major ones. It does bounce off them, it does find support and resistance at them, but it's not major. However, in this case, as we're looking at it, 50 was very strong. Look at that. All along here, it was bouncing off the 50. And here, price came back, tested the 50, couldn't make it, went back up, okay? Because it wasn't actually overbought. Remember what I was saying earlier? Price wasn't overbought. But now, what's happened? It's gone into the overbought area. So, you know, the 100, it's just redrawn again. The 100 area here is obviously an area now of resistance. But so I'd be looking to take puts from here on, okay? Because I think price is going to start coming down. So let's see what happens. It's going to come and test the 100 Fibonacci again, possibly, before it breaks down further. You'll notice that price loves to test same areas again and again and again and again, okay? So it tested it, failed, started to weaken, came down, and it built up strength, came back up, tested it just now again, but it wasn't able to sustain it. Now, notice how it came up here, but we didn't actually see that movement reflected in the candle because it was so quick. It was only a second or two. These candles don't move as fast as the tick chart does, as I said before. So it's coming down. It's still, you know, it's still going to want to test that area of resistance probably once more before it finally gives up and comes back down. So that is the Fibonacci. All right, so I have all of these beautiful things, but there are other indicators like that you know, Coach Carver has been teaching you, the moving average, the RSI, and Haresh has also been teaching you the MACD, MACD, you know, so many other beautiful indicators. Why don't I use them? Well, I do actually. I built them all into my arrows. Okay, they're all actually in these arrows here. In fact, I see. Let's take a look back here. Can I see some of the arrows popping up? Okay, I'm going to just go back here and see if I can see any of my colored arrows. Interesting, they're not popping up at the moment. Let me just reload. Sometimes I need to reload the chart just to, you see some of these move now as I reload it. Yeah, they move just slightly to give me the next best picture. Okay, so sometimes you're going to see colored arrows. They're not, it's probably because price is in constriction that we're not seeing it, but you see a yellow one, okay? And the yellow arrow is just telling me, it's just there to warn me that price is coming into the, on the value chart is coming into the overbought area. Then I have a blue arrow, which includes MA and RSI, and then it goes magenta, and my strongest arrow is the orange arrow. And I usually only trade, to be honest, the orange and the ISA arrows. The pale blue here, you can ignore. It's basically a Bollinger Band arrows, just telling me when price is penetrating the Bollinger Bands and could be looking to retrace. I don't pay huge attention. But when you see the stacking up of arrows like here, again, that's a really good sign to take. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is my charting system. Do you find it easier now to read now that I've explained it to you? Does it look like a mess still? Or can you begin to see what I'm looking for when I'm taking trades? See here, we saw price hitting. So if you're taking sniper trades, those are all beautiful trades to take. So let's just load up Aussie CAD on the platform, and I'll just show you what I mean. Okay, so let's narrow it down a little more. So what we were seeing here was price hitting, okay? Constantly hitting, and then giving up, going down for a little bit, and then coming back up. Now it's not quite reflected here, but this one, you see how it went slightly higher than the resistance? So it attempted to, but only literally for a couple of seconds, and then came back down again, all right? And I believe now it's going to just sort of give up and go down potentially for over the next period. And this is Aussie CAD. Now the problem with the Asian pairs is they are very spiky, and you can get caught out very easily because they have huge, quick movements. When you're trying to do a snipe on an Asian pair, it's incredibly difficult, you can get caught out because price can suddenly shoot up, and I might call enter, and in literally milliseconds it's dropped back down, and we get a poor entry. That is why I need this, the martingale, because we don't always get the best entry, and sometimes we lose because of that, and we need to catch another good entry point. Now, one of the other problems with trading the 1 minute is time is of the essence. Now, when you're taking a trade, usually, traditionally, I might have up to 6 pairs on my charts, okay? Imagine what it would look like with 6 different pairs on this screen. You know, I'll just show you what it looks like with 3. But with 6, I have, you know, so I have 1, 2, 3 on, think of a line here, and then another 3 down here. And I'm having to look at all of them. And I'm paying attention, waiting for those signals of mine to spark off. And then, you know, I might have USD SEC, for example. I take a trade on that, and then, you know, 5 seconds later, I get Aussie CAD, and I have to, you know, scroll down, tick on Aussie CAD, and then I have to put in my, maybe I'm on the second trade in Aussie CAD or in USD SEC, but I then have to, you know, come along and type in 50, and then my call or put. That all takes time. You can have up to 6 keystrokes and movements in order to take a trade. That can take 2 or 3 seconds. And we were quite often finding that we were missing trades or missing our best entry points in, you know, by literally a second or 2. It was costing us money. So I was just with my guys, my team that I trade with. I was just saying out loud, gosh, wouldn't it be great to have a little app that would, you know, find, first of all, when we start up, find the prices, the best paying pairs, in other words, and also have the martingale built in, and just you know, so we could take a trade in just 2 or 3 clicks. So one of my guys went off and designed this, and this is the latest iteration. It's called the PDQ for pretty damn quick. And we found it a godsend. So if you want to, you know, really make the most out of your trading with me, I would recommend looking to buy this. Now, disclaimer, guys, I do not get 1 cent if you buy this, okay? So I have no interest in whether you buy it or not, apart from wanting you to be a better binary trader, okay? Now we have, I went to him, you know, recently and said, look, I'm with Epic, and we are, you know, promoting several different, or recommending, I should say, rather than promoting, several different brokers. Can you improve this so that it can be used with several different platforms? And he went away and did that. So this particular one we now have with Binary Cent, Vida Forex, IQ options, and race options, because they all use the same platform. So you can choose one of those. And we're also, we have it for, when I say we, I'm not talking about me, but he has it for pocket options as well. And I'll give you this sheet at the end. Remember, you've been hanging on to the end. I'll be giving you this sheet where you can look it up yourself. And it's a wonderful little tool. It costs £130 for a year's license. That is roughly $175. But you know what? A good day's trading with an account of, say, 1,000, you've got that paid for. You know, no problem. So I would thoroughly recommend it. Now, so what we do is we load it up, and we click refresh, and it goes off, and it searches all of this for the prices, and it loads it up here in order of highest price first, and so on down. It then sets the fixed time. Now, some of you might be observant and notice that the fixed time is in the wrong position here. This is because I refreshed it earlier by going CDF Forex back to options. And for whatever reason, it sets the fixed time to this position, but I know it's actually in this position here because I don't see a red, an orange dotted line. If you see an orange dotted line, you know fixed time is not set. It's going to the end of the following candle. We want a 1 minute from the moment we enter. That's what we're looking for, 1 minute from the moment we enter. So the fixed time should be dark blue. But don't worry, the PDQ does that for us. It also sets the minimum trade size to 1. So you're not going to make a mistake. It's up to you to set that. And for example, let's say I want to set it for 45. In this case, 1%. Now watch what happens here when I click reset minimum value. Okay, it does that. It actually also checks that the fixed time is properly on at the same time. Now you can also choose 2 minute, 3 minute, 4 minute, 5 minute, or 6 minute entries. So for example, if you're trading with Coach Carver or Haresh or the Binary Master, you have, and they're taking longer term trades, this beautiful little tool will allow you to take longer term trades as well. I have a feeling it may be this that got me kicked out of the Epic as an Epic trainer, because I've been encouraging people to get it. And somebody probably thought I was promoting it for my own benefit. As I said before, I have no benefit in promoting this, apart from making you better traders, okay? If you're trading, especially on the 1 minute charts. So this is my system. This is what I've been using for the last several years. This is what has allowed me to average with my team. What did I say earlier, guys? 8.4%, I think it is, something like that. Or was it 7.3? I can't remember. Per day since 2019. Okay. I just checked what I'm doing in January. I'm down to 5.3% a day. It's horrendous for January. Why? Because I'm only getting 1 or 2 pairs, sometimes no pairs that I can trade. So I'm not able to take the number of trades I like to. I like to take a minimum of 6 to 8 trades in a session. And a session for me is 15 to 20 minutes. Okay. Now with you guys, I'm going to be doing half an hour to up to an hour in order for us to be able to take a minimum of 6 winners. I will promise you that I will take always 6 winners, okay? When do I walk away from the market? If I take 2 losses in a row, now a loss for me may be a 5th entry, and maybe a 4th entry. I won't go for 2/5. But I'm not going to look at it. If I'm not able to hit the market right, or if, for example, the big boys, the banks are in the market and they're pushing, and it's all the indicators have been ignored, all our usual support and resistances, everything else being ignored, then I'm not going to trade. But look here, you know, look at all of these potential winners we could have had. One, you know, just in the last 15, 20 minutes, 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? There wasn't a signal there. I'm surprised at that. I would have thought there would have been a signal there. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 potential winners in the last half hour. Imagine if I had 6 up here. We could have had up to 30 potential trades. So again, my question to you guys is, why trade on longer term charts when you can trade using the martingale? Because you're not always going to win your first entry. Using the martingale, you can successfully trade on the shorter time frame. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is Angus Levy's system. Okay, that is how I trade. Now, some of you have been asking how you can get these indicators. This is difficult for me because I actually sell this as a package, okay? I'd love to be able to give it away to you guys, but it's part of my income. I've been selling it, and it's not fair to others who bought it off me to say, here, guys, here's my gift to you. I can't do it. And if you want to, you can contact me, but I'm not promoting it, okay? I'm not promoting it. You don't need it, okay? You do not need to buy this off me. You just trade with me. I'm here for an hour each day, and as long as the prices are in our favor, we will be making money. Now, eventually you may make some.
If you're on Angus's, if you're on Angus's calls, he's making the trades anyway. So you really, really don't need this system unless you learn it and want to trade on your own.
Yeah, yeah. You don't need to buy it. So don't feel I'm selling this at all. But I'm sorry I can't give it away. Because these are things I've worked on for years, these indicators, and they are valuable. In fact, you know, somebody who did buy it off me, who shall be nameless, but I spent an hour with him, and within the hour we had it paid for trading. So it is. These are great, but I'm sorry, I'm not giving it away. But you don't need it. You don't need it. Just last second, is there anything? Oh yes, I promised you a gift, didn't I? I promised you a gift, everyone.
Is it money?
No, but it is.
I'll send you my Cash App information. Thank you.
It's worth a lot more. It's worth a lot more. What I'm going to give you is my getting ready for binary options trading sheet. So just sorry, I'm just waiting for it to give me the link. I have so much running at the moment that it's running slow. Here we go. Okay. So guys, copy this, mark it down, okay? What it is this fella here. Now what I'm giving you is several brokers to choose from, okay, for those of you who don't have a broker. The one I choose though, the one I trade with is Binary Cent, okay? But any of those will do. The only problem is different brokers give different prices. So, you know, I might be trading one pair that's above 80% and the broker will not give it to you at 80%. Sorry, there's the link now, guys, for this. So I then have a walkthrough explaining how the platform works. I then have my indicators explained. I don't go into quite as much detail as I have in this. I might use this for the what we've just done. I might swap this out for it. And then my system explained, which I've also done in this hour. The PDQ app explained, and there's the link if you want to get it. My money management spreadsheet, which I showed you at the beginning. And I've just given you a few of my binary options trainings that I did earlier on in the year. And then this guy here is similar to what I have here. This is just my sheet. Sorry, because again, I've got so much running, it's a bit slow. But I like to keep track of each session. So you've got a starting and a finishing balance for each session. Now with my group, I trade twice a day, and these are our prices, okay? So you can see the last time I took a loss that affected my weekly profit was back up here on the 12th. But you can see these are my daily, my cumulative. This is my daily profits, okay? Took a big hit a couple of days ago on Friday after an awesome week. but I still made 12.6%. But it's wonderful to be able to track your trades. Now, what I've given you is one that actually gives you up to 4 sessions in a day. So you can join me, and you can join, you know, Haresh, you can join Coach Carver and the Binary Master, and who else? There's one other trader who also calls himself Sniper. I can't remember what he calls himself again, but
DC Sniper.
Yeah, I think the two of you need to battle it out for the Sniper because it's confusing. But so that will you have that spreadsheet here, and now here's my real gift to you guys. Confidence in Training Hypnosis Recording. I am a certified hypnotherapist, okay? I've been professional since 2012, professionally helping people. I specialize in people with trauma, although I can do smoking, weight loss, and all the others, phobias, all of that, but I specialize in trauma.
Yeah,
but
Nick, Nick got it right. Is SOS God, guys.
SOS God, yeah. So guys, this is a little hypnosis recording to give you confidence in trading, because one of the biggest problems for a trader is confidence, especially if you've taken a loss or two. Confidence in being able to read the charts, being able to say, yeah, look at that. Look, it's just hitting the support again for the 5th time in a row. I'm going to take that trade. Or you're going, oh, I don't know. And then poof, down it goes, and you go, oh, I've missed it. All right. So this recording is going to give you confidence in trading, whether it's Forex, binary, whatever. And the main thing I want to ask you guys, though, is do not operate or drive any vehicle or machinery while listening to this recording. It is a hypnosis tape, okay? It's designed to put you in a deep state of relaxation. I don't want you doing it while driving or operating machinery. Wear headphones while using it, and you will get the most out of it, okay? And please give me feedback. I want feedback. Actually, what I'm going to add in here finally is my Telegram, okay? So if anyone needs to contact me, you can do that. I'm on Facebook, but really, guys, I don't use Facebook that much except for business and keeping my family informed of what I do. So you can friend me, but you'll find me quite boring. Okay, so @Angus Levy is my Telegram. Hold on, put in the @ Oh, that's actually a link, I think. Has it given me a link? Maybe it has. But anyway, Angus Levy, just type that in. There's only one Angus. And it will, you'll find it. Actually, it's given you my email. Okay. Damn. Let me type it in again down here. Oops. Ah, come on. He's trying to be too smart because it's a document. Okay, there we go. Okay, wonderful. So there you go, everybody. That is the getting ready for binary options trading sheet that will help you fully catch up and be up to speed. So I've gone way over time. I like to do everything within the hour, but I think this was well worth doing. If we have good prices on Friday, I will trade on Friday instead. I don't like trading on Friday. Friday is the markets can be weird. And as I showed you last Friday, after a perfect week, we were up, look, we were up 78%. We would have been up over 100% for the week, except markets like to humble me, and they took back. I hit a 5th, they took back, but still allowed me 12.65% for my effort. But, you know, with me, that is what you have to be prepared for. And, you know, I hit it, but you know, it takes me 3 days on average to recover. That's on average. It may take me 4 days this week because we're only getting 1 or 2 pairs to trade each session. So it's more difficult to get the number of trades I want. Excellent. I'm going to stop sharing now.
Angus,
Yes.
I have a quick question. Are you going to share that updated Google spreadsheet?
Yeah, I just did. It's in. Okay. If you scroll up on the chat, it's there.
Okay, thanks.
I'll put it in again just to, what did I say? Getting started.
Thank you so much for your time today. You went way
welcome.
over, but
yeah,
all worth it.
It is all worth it. I'm just sorry we couldn't take any trades. But guys, you know, the market's not going anywhere. It'll be back. We've just been taking too much from Binary Cent. They don't like us. I blame the epic binary crew. Binary Cent have been losing, so they're giving us really poor prices. And I wouldn't be surprised if it is that, you know. All right, Dan, you're welcome. I'm just going to scroll up and see was there any questions I may have missed. Do the arrows show up on candle close? They can close. They can open up. They usually open up at the beginning of the candle. Actually, the beginning of the candle. So with the ISAs, I try and take a trade as soon as I can, as long as it meets my criteria. My criteria for taking a trade is I need 3 reasons to take it. 1 is the indicator. 2 might be, is it on the upper Bollinger or lower Bollinger or mid Bollinger? Is it on a support or resistance? Is it in the holy channel, or is it on an SHI? Is it overbought or oversold? So I'm looking for, you know, I want a minimum of 3 reasons to take an indicator. Okay. So here, why would I not have taken that? Well, it wasn't on a, it had broken through.
Angus, I'm not sure if you wanted to share your screen, but you're not.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I wanted to share my face instead. Okay, so again, look, I love teaching, so that's why I'm going over. But you know, again, with the arrows, somebody was asking, do I take it on the, I don't know, I don't always take it when I see an arrow. I'm looking for reasons to take it. In this case, it would have appeared just here. This particular indicator shows up on the previous arrow, but there wasn't enough reasons to take that for a put just there, okay? There wasn't enough. So I was waiting, I would have been waiting for it to come up to here, previous resistance level. There I might have taken it when it hit here. But it's always, again, easy in hindsight to decide where I would have taken it. Same here. I may not have taken it there because it was sort of in the middle. It wasn't on the binary, on the Bollinger Band, wasn't on a Fibonacci, and it was a doji, in fact. You know, so indecision. But in this case, price was well sold. So it wasn't quite. It wasn't oversold at that point. So I may have said, oh, let's wait a little longer, and it came down to this position here. I may well have entered here. But in this case, I don't know whether it would have won or not, may have, but certainly the second or third entry we would have won without a problem. That's where I'm going to finish teaching. As you can see, I just love the charts. I love everything about it. So I love teaching. Thank you, everyone. So tomorrow, let's all pray that the market gods work in our favor and we have some tradable pairs. What I can do, and I know this will upset many of you, I can also trade Vita Forex just so we're taking trades and you can see it in operation if Binary Cent does not give us any trades. Thank you, everyone. Take care. God bless. Goodbye.
Thanks, Angus. See you in the morning.
Yeah, take care.
Rash, I'll see you later.
Cheers. Thanks, guys.